welcome to Lifestyle. I'm Denise Simons, your host, and this is a show about bringing life into your home and helping you create your style. And we do it all by giving you tips and inspiration and resources to create it all. Well, you're invited to an artisan affair coming up this weekend, but today you get a sneak peek right here in the studio with Nashville's premier bloggers. Find out what 500,000 people are buzzing about with a demonstration from the scrap shop and flamingo toes. And then we'll talk with Talina Hill. She'll be talking about the artisan affair. Also, we'll dreaming in color. We're going to show you what you can do with some vintage finds and color to create a beautiful home. That's all coming up. But first, I'll show you how to take toile and some wrought iron to create a Parisian boudoir. Take a look. This room had dreams of being a Parisian boudoir, but other than a pillow that had the monogrammed words of Paris and a few flea market finds, well, we needed a few more things. We needed a pop of color, we needed some French window treatments, and of course a chandelier to become the creme de la creme.
Ooh la la. What can you say? I mean, who wouldn't love Paris? The first time I went to Paris was on a total fluke, and went with a bunch of school teachers I worked with in Texas. And we were hooked. We just went for a long weekend.
I was going to say, you were only there for a weekend.
Just for a long weekend, but we were hooked, and that just wasn't enough. So I've been back several times. Too many to count.
Too many. Once was enough for me.
No.
I wanted to make Karen's dreams come true. So this is how I created a French room, Southern style. Take a look at what we had to work with before. The walls were off-white and nondescript, and the side tables and lamps were a little too small for the room, and it had sort of become a catch-all for leftovers. You know, we all have a room like that. The lighting needed to be updated from a single lamp and overhead fan light kit to something more suited to an elegant bedroom. But we had an Eiffel Tower.
I had this Eiffel Tower collection. It started with my first miniature little Eiffel Tower that I bought in Paris. Then after that, they started coming out of the woodwork. I started getting them as gifts, but the one Denise is talking about is the one that was almost life-size, almost that tall. It went from room to room. I thought we'd put it outside. We had it by the fireplace. We had it by the front door. And Steve had enough of Eiffel Towers. So I started giving most of them away, but he said we could keep some if we could relegate them to one room. Ergo, the French bedroom.
I wanted to bring in a refreshing color on the walls, and this Brookside moss was one of Karen's favorites. In fact, she had purchased a coverlet in this color, so I just used it as my inspiration for the wall. It really looks refreshing, and when we add our black and whites, it's a great contrast. Now for the bed. She already owned this bed, and it looked like she had picked it up from a Paris flea market. I like the fact that it has a lot of swirls in it, and it has an acanthus leaf and also medallions throughout. Great for a jump-off point for our bedding. Now for the bedding. I wanted to bring in the green again, that moss green, and for the main fabric, this is called a toile. A toile is just a French word for the calico print, and usually these were printed in a floral, sometimes a figure, and a landscape. It really looks great, and it brings in a lot of detail. This one's sort of a floral and also has some ironwork. And then you can see the details. This is a sham, and see the flouncy silk we added to the edge? This is so elegant. And as you can see in the front, we have two more pillows, and this one is our Paris. And look at the top of this. This is all in the white, and then at the very end, we've capped it with the green again.
I love macaroons. I love the city. I love the language. I love
the kiss.
We can't do that, but
not on camera. No.
Since this was going to be Karen's room, I wanted something a bit more foo-foo for the window treatments. You know, lots of people install similar curtains with a simple scarf and two metal knobs, and this is nice, but it lacked the scale we needed for the large window to really pop. Now these window treatments match the room perfectly. We've reused that toile fabric, you know, the French fabric. We banded it in a green silk. that goes all the way down to the bottom. Now look at the dressmaker details at the top. You know how we wanted to add a little foo-foo? Well, we've added a ruching at the top. And because we have the silk and the toile, we can actually move it any way we want and create a ruffle effect. Also, the hardware that we've used with the flower motif, it's just very whimsical and it looks great. Now here's a tip. Whenever you are creating a window treatment in a lower ceiling, take the window treatment as high as you can to the ceiling and sometimes to the ceiling. That will make your ceiling heights look a little bit taller.
My favorite thing in that whole room, I would think, is the light fixture on the ceiling. I think that's just the little black and the little sparkles and all the blinginess.
Before, the room had a typical overhead fan with a light kit. This chandelier with the teardrop crystals really creates such a spectacular look. It's so sparkling, and you can see the leaf motif, and it has a bronze black finish. It has ample lighting in the room, and above you can see that it has a medallion that we've attached to the ceiling. This really caps our bedroom off perfectly. I added a couple of side tables. These are in a kind of a cream color, and then they have a little bit of a silver leafing over the top. In the stripe, it just gives a nice look. And on each of these bedside tables, we put these beautiful lamps. This is actually in a velvet cutaway, and it really looks good against the wall. And for a few accents for this wall, we took some of the black and white photography that Karen had taken while she was in Paris. And then we framed them out in large black frames. And this is always a great idea to put 4 together, especially if you don't have one large piece. It really makes a great accent for the wall, and it takes up a lot of the space on our big green wall. Now I want to show you how I addressed the fan situation. This fan takes the place of that overhead ceiling fan. See, there's other options, and it's rated really quiet. We purchased this bookcase because Karen, well, she travels a lot to Paris, and she has to put some of her Paris finds on it. That really completes the room and gives her a place to put all of her treasures.
Je voudrais visiter Paris.
I don't know what she called me, but...
And that means I love to visit Paris.
Oh, okay.
So if you too long to stand beneath the Eiffel Tower, well, hey, why not create a Parisian boudoir right in your own home? Get rid of those old bland walls and the light fixture. If you've got the overhead ceiling fan, get rid of that and opt for a bright pop of color, some French window treatments, and how about a chandelier? And I think that makes this room worthy of a ooh la la. Next, we'll show you how to use vintage finds, some plans that you will not want to miss this weekend, and 2 demonstrations all coming up right after the break. So you come back.
This is a Storm 5 HD weather update. Sign up for Weather Call at newschannel5.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Howes from the Storm 5 HD Weather Center. You're looking at radar now, showing the showers and thunderstorms out there on this Monday night. And a look at temperatures across the southeastern U.S. And here are the current conditions now in Nashville. A forecast for tonight, thunderstorms. A few could be severe this evening. Rain diminishing later tonight, a low of 65 degrees. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and 88, 90 on Wednesday. Then we'll start with a 20% chance of showers and storms again on Thursday and Friday, with rain chances higher for the weekend. 30% chance of showers and storms Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, with daily highs around 90 degrees, nighttime lows in the upper 60s and low 70s. This has been a weather update from the Storm 5 HD Weather Center.
Make your backyard go from this to this. Family Leisure installs in-ground pools and outdoor environments. Family Leisure is your one-stop shop for outdoor rooms, pergolas, grills, grill islands, and of course, in-ground pools. We can help renovate your entire backyard and have you ready to enjoy the summer. And don't forget, Family Leisure has the best selection and lowest prices on outdoor furniture.
Well, family and fun come together.
Dr. Sean Pruitt has spent his career in medicine, dispensing expert advice and helping patients get on the road to recovery. Now Dr. Pruitt is here to help you. Introducing Pharmacist on Call on News Channel 5+. Staying healthy is on everyone's mind. Don't miss your chance to get free advice. Watch Pharmacist on Call with Dr. Sean Pruitt, the first Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. on News Channel 5+.
Don't let foundation failure destroy your home. Cracks in your brickwork or sheetrock, leaning brick, and cracked or unlevel floors are all common signs of foundation failure. PowerLift provides the most advanced foundation repair in the industry. Over 35 years of experience and state-of-the-art equipment continue to make PowerLift #1 in quality service and customer satisfaction. So call the industry leaders in residential and commercial foundation repair. PowerLift, putting your home back on a firm foundation.
As part of WTVF News Channel 5's public service obligation, the station broadcasts programs that serve the educational and informational needs of children 16 years and younger. WTVF maintains quarterly reports regarding its children's educational and informational programming in the station's online public file, available at fcc.gov. See tomorrow's sky today. The latest innovation in weather forecasting is here. Storm 5 Weather's Real Sky, only on News Channel 5.
Welcome back to Lifestyle. You know, we're always looking for ways to decorate your home, and today we are featuring Nashville's premier bloggers. So we're going to be introducing them, and they're going to show you some things they've posted, crafty ideas, demonstrations, as well as how to add vintage finds to your home. So I am here with Talina Hill. You've met her before with No Bull Vintage, but today we're talking about an artisan affair. Glad to have you back.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
And we're here with Deneen Glidewell. We're glad to have you on the show. We're going to be talking about your blog, Dreaming in Color.
Yes, nice to be here.
In fact, I want to talk about that because you started, all of you are bloggers, but then that's taken you in different directions. You started blogging 5 years ago, and it turned into something. Were you expecting it to turn into a business?
No, I did not. I really started it just to have something to do after my daughter went to college and I was kind of home alone. I wanted to get back to more artistic things and I've always been real artistic, so I wanted to go back to being creative. So I started a blog. And
you actually write for O Town Pottery, yes. And not only that, but you've been featured in magazines, and we have to say, now your passion turned into an actual store. We're going to see your storefront. Tell us a little bit about the store.
Well, it's in historic Murfreesboro, downtown Murfreesboro, and it's right down the street from Oakland's Mansion, where an artisan affair is going to be this weekend. And we have an artisan boutique. So I get to showcase other artists also, and I love it. It's great. I get to show all my, I do interior styling, and I do professional staging, and then I get to paint also. So
I love that. And we're going to be talking about a little bit more about your interior styling here in just a few minutes with a living room redo, and then we've got this craft room that everybody would be motivated to do some crafts in. But first, both of you are involved in something. Actually, you're the creator, the coordinator, the person that started this amazing thing that's coming up this weekend, an artisan affair. Tell us about that. It's also giving back as well.
Yes, it is very exciting. It will be this weekend, June 12th and 13th, from 9 to 7, both days. From 9 to 11 on Friday will be our early bird. So it costs $10 to get in between 9 and 11, but you will get exclusive gifts and a goodie bag, discounts from the vendors. It'll be just a great time to come in and see before everything starts getting bought up. This is very unique vendors. Most of the items are one of a kind, so you want to come in and you want to be able to see, you know, what they have. And if you see it and you want it, then you better snatch it up because it'll probably be gone if you wait too long. So we're really excited, and it gives back. We donate the proceeds to ABC program and Wig Bank through the YMCA. And that is an after breast cancer program is what that's called. And then the wigs, they give free wigs to anybody going through any type of chemo where you would lose your hair or anything like that. And the program is a 16-week free program provided by the Y that just offers so many benefits. And you can find out all the details of the benefits online. On my website, we'll take you to wherever you need to go, but there's also a lot of information on anartisanaffair.org as well.
And
so
you were touched personally by by cancer. You really wanted to create something to give back, and this is in the 3rd year?
This is our 2nd year as a market.
Okay,
we have been fundraising since 2010, but this is our 2nd year as a market, and our 1st year at Oakland Historic House Museum, which is a beautiful place right off of the downtown square. And some passions of mine were the fact that I was personally, my family, touched by cancer, my husband's side as well as my side, and it was just devastating. And we were trying to figure out a way to shine some hope and some light on other people going through what we had been through. And we just thought this would bring away, making basically a big festival about let's give back and let's show everybody that there can be something positive come from a dark place, which leads me into the fact that we are going to have several authors there.
Oh, and let's show, in fact, I know we've got some pictures that we want to show of what's coming up this weekend, but A Boy Back from Heaven.
Yes, that is one of our authors, and this is about Celeste and Matthew Goodwin, that this young man has illness, and he has found faith and hope and been able to find some light in his family's dark times. So it's just a beautiful, and it's actually his birthday this weekend.
Oh,
so
how
we're so excited.
So we'll get a chance to see authors. Also, you have all different types of craftsmanship going on here.
We will have jewelry vendors that make handmade jewelry. It's a vintage and handmade market. So all of the items are vintage, repurposed antiques, or crafted by local artisans, and they all come out and they share their wares and they sell their goods, and we'll have a live auction. Here you're looking at a vintage piece of lighting that will be one of the, Altered is her name, will be one of the vendors that will be there, and she creates custom lighting.
How fun is that?
Yeah, her items are extremely unique and very beautiful. So just anything you might want for your home. This is an artist of mine. You know this artist. You have a piece of this. This is Lindsay Johnson.
Lindsay Johnson, I have one of hers on my porch.
You do.
And I love how colorful, too.
Yes, she's a very colorful
I have
artist.
the jazz people, and my little jazz singer, she's singing to me on the porch all the time. I love it. And so you're going to feature her. This is actually the mansion right down the street from, we're going to be talking to Deneen about Dreaming in Color. You're right down the street. Can you tour this?
Yes, you will actually be able to purchase tickets to tour the mansion. That is not included in the admission. The admission's only $5.
Oh, okay.
So, but you will be able to tour the mansion and all of the grounds while you're there, and it is beautiful. There's so much more even than just the mansion that's out there. There's a spring in the back that's beautiful and a lovely walk.
So you can
during
go
that time
through the
of year.
grounds as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Fantastic. It's a lot. So, and then we'll have local artists. This is Rachel and Emily. We have another local artist, Angela Easley, and then Hope Cassidy, who was an NCMA Vocalist of the Year. So she will be joining us on Friday, and then we'll have some on Saturday. But the whole entire time we will have speakers. We'll have how-to demonstrations from our bloggers that'll be here today. We will have...
okay, so now will we be able to... and we've got a few rides here as well.
Yes, we will have a horse and carriage out there from Rock and Bee Ranch Horse and Carriage. There's just really going to be truly something for everybody at this event. There'll be something for everyone.
Now, can we find out this information on your blog? Will you know when we could hear the singers, or how would we find this out?
Yes, there will be a complete lineup listed. The lineup, we're still panning out the edges, but there will be a complete lineup on the website, and it's on artisanaffair.org.
Okay.
And you can find all of the information there. Tickets, you can purchase tickets online in advance.
Okay.
And you can see the lineup, see the schedules, see all of the vendors that are going to be there. And we really promote a lot of downtown businesses as well, just like Deneen's that's Streaming in Color. We really want you to stay and visit. And once you've done the Artisan Affair, we want you to come downtown and see what downtown historic Murfreesboro really has to offer. So it's a beautiful event. It's about the community. It's about giving back. It's raising funds and awareness for cancer charities. And we just really want you to come out and spend the day or a couple of days and enjoy all of the food. Our food is catered by a caterer who was on Food Network's Cutthroat Kitchen.
Oh.
So it's going to be yummy and delicious, and we'll be out there eating it up, I'm sure.
I think it's fantastic that you have brought all of these artisans together today. I mean, you're really the person who brought all the bloggers onto the show today to talk about an artisan affair, and I'm so excited to meet Deneen Glidewell McCucci Glidewell. I'm still not getting that right because you started out, your maiden name is McCucci, and then you've...
all my designs, all my art, my paintings were always signed with McCucci. Then I got married, and I kept the McCucci designs on my artwork.
And you're an interior stylist. Now let's go into, I want to show this living room that you redesigned. I want to show, and I love that you put like arrows so people can kind of see, okay, how you are getting ready to redesign. Let's take a look at that. Why? Okay, tell me about this.
Well, you know, it was just dated. It's not that it was horrible stuff. It's just that it's dated and dark, and they wanted to kind of brighten up the space. And we use a lot of, in a redesign, we're doing a lot of the things that the homeowner already owns. But then we also bring in some new things too. So this one's really bad because it's even got the exercise equipment right in the middle of the floor. So
these people really do use it, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, this is the beautiful after redesign. And I like the pop of color.
Yeah, and what I did was I painted the desk. It's an antique desk. We have a picture of a before and after of that, but that was our inspiration piece for the room, and then we added some vintage things from Dreaming in Color store, and then the homeowner also bought the couch and the chair, but then we moved things around from the other rooms and added some color and spread it around, and now it's cheery and nice. This is the redesign of the antique desk.
Now, this is something you actually offer as a service as well?
Yes, I offer this service at the store. We use, this is done with a chalk paint, but I like to do very different designs, and I do a lot of technique painting with different colored waxes and decoupage and, you know, just a bunch of different things that we offer. This is the antique window that came out of a church, an old church, and it's just nice to have a little mix in a room. It just adds character, and it's some one-of-a-kind pieces that no one else has.
And I like that. It looks like it actually has an opaqueness or something there.
It's actually amber glass, and amber glass is made with gold flake, so it gives a very nice glow. So there's a light behind it, so when it's turned on, it gives a nice yellow glow in the room.
I like that. And this is actually our craft room. Let's talk about this. You also like to do specialized rooms. You will go in and help people with their craft rooms like this one. Tell me a little bit about that.
This one's actually my craft room, and I did this for an HGTV shelf board contest, and I was a finalist. It was just an empty room. It was actually an office at one time. Part bedroom and with gray walls, and just to add some color, came in and redid the whole room as a craft room, added vintage pieces. That's an old toy box that was reupholstered at the foot of the table, and the best thing to me is the valances on the windows. I hand painted, and we made valances out of artisan stretched canvases. And I painted the design on the canvas board and put it above the windows as valances.
So this is actually a canvas on a board that you painted above each one. So it looks like a valance, like a window treatment.
It looks
valance.
like a cornice. Yes, it does. But it's not. Anyone can do this if they want. If they just get go to Michael's or one of those stores and craft stores and buy their stretched canvas and just put it above their windows. I mean, it doesn't have to cost a whole lot of money.
And I like what you've done too is you've added that pop of color in the baskets, on those valances. That pop of turquoise.
Choose the color that you love in your in a design, and then spread it around the room so your eye can travel, and it just pops the color in the space.
So when you have dreams, they're not in black and white.
No, not at all.
You like bringing that color.
Yeah, and that's what we like to do at Dreaming Color store, because when people come in, we want them to come in and be able to get different designs that appeal to them. So they can come in and get very different things that we offer. So there's a lot of different services that we offer there.
Do you also offer classes there as well?
Classes.
Oh, okay.
Teach them how to paint in different technique paintings. We we carry a chalk paint line. It's a chalk and mineral based paint that we carry with no VOCs, which is wonderful. It's just something that they can come for something different. That's what we want to stress, because it's not just painted furniture. There's different techniques that are done, and they can actually fit their space. So that's what we like to offer.
Wow, and they can find out more by also going to your website. We've been putting that on as well, but they can come by when they go to the Artisan. How far away are you from the Artisan
It's
Affair?
Like a block away. It's very close.
It's very close.
So you have to, in your downtown Murfreesboro?
Well, downtown square of Murfreesboro, or there's small businesses down there, which please go and enjoy the shops and shop downtown. And then if you come down Manny, you will see Dreaming of Color on the right before you get to the Oakland's Historic Museum. We're in a little old house. It's a historic home that we've converted into our store.
Well, thank you all so much, and we're going to hear more about the Artisan Affair and Artisan Affair coming up as well, because we've got 2 more demos coming up on the show. But I know you all were admiring the beautiful flowers.
Yes,
it is wedding season, so you need to call Ilex if you want to go ahead and book them. You can go on their website as well to look at some of the pictures of the beautiful brides. But if you have not booked someone for your wedding or some flowers, you can contact them at Ilex for Flowers, 615-736-5200. Well, coming up, people have bowls full of these and they don't know what to do with them, and it's not cherries either. And we're going to have 2 demonstrations from the bloggers coming up right after the break.
Let Carpet Den Interiors and Kerosene Carpets pet-proof your floors during our sales extravaganza, June 11th through the 13th. Kerosene's top Stainmaster Smart Strand Forever Clean pet-proof products will be up to 40% off and free 6-pound pad with every purchase. Also, join us in Williamson County Animal Shelter on Saturday, June 13th for a special dog adoption event. Pet-proof carpet, free 6-pound pad, and a furry family member. And you can get them all at Carpet Den Interiors.
This is a special report for people who want the facts about reverse mortgages without the hype. You've seen a lot of commercials telling you how you can turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. But do you really know if a reverse mortgage loan can help you? Call today. For a limited time only, we'll send you a free special report, Reverse Mortgages, Facts Without the Hype. Did you know that not everyone over 62 can qualify? And you can choose to receive your money monthly or in a lump sum. Call us today and get all the facts you need. You'll speak with an experienced reverse mortgage advisor who will give you honest answers to your questions and even provide a free personalized assessment. This is a big decision. Get the facts with this free special report, Reverse Mortgages, Facts Without the Hype. There's no obligation, and the call is free, so don't delay.
Call 1-800-704-9529, 1-800-704-9529 now.
Recently, I was at a client's home and I noticed her matchbook collection. You know, most people will collect matches as a souvenir or memorabilia. I actually use all of mine to light candles. But I noticed that a lot of people put them in big bowls and they collect dust. I liked the way she displayed them because it was very organized. Trish said her grandmother has numerous fish bowls full of matches, and she had to choose the most meaningful Each shelf was created for a different family member. She told me the story of how her family was stationed at Seward's Air Force Base and how her mother loved to take trips to Vegas. You can see all the matches from there. And the Frontier Texaco, well, they stopped there every Sunday on their way to church. So it got me to thinking, I know I've got some matches, but I need to look for them. So I started pulling open drawers. I went up in the attic, and there was one particular one that I was looking for, and I found it. This was the prize. It was from my wedding in 1985, and I thought this is a great way to start my display. Now I needed something to put it in. I found this display case online. I just popped in the search display case for matchbooks. There were hundreds of sites. In fact, there's clubs you can join if you have lots of matchbooks. But I like this one because it had the glass,
practice, so it's really easy to don't glue it until you.
All the shelves have a groove, so all of your matches fit right in each shelf. I also got mine in a black tone. You can get it in wood tone as well. Now I need to place all of my matches. What I like about this is you just pop it right in the groove there. These were some of from our favorite places. This is our favorite bed and breakfast. This was a place that we eat a lot, Rose Peppers. And I'm going to have a little bit of negative space because I don't have that many matches. Oh, and when you come to a matchbook that won't quite fit, you can turn it on its side. That was from a cigar party that we had. So you just keep placing these in, and as you collect them, you'll have more space to put them, and you can move them around as well. Now we're ready to hang this on the wall or place it inside a bookcase. So remember, the next time you're at your favorite hotel, your favorite restaurant, maybe you're at a gas station or a wedding, be sure to pick up a matchbook as a souvenir to put in your display. Well, it's pretty addictive once you start. You know, any collections like that, you just, everywhere you go, you want to pick them up. And they're becoming pretty rare, too. Well, I am so excited about what's coming up, this beautiful marquee pillow, but I'm excited to introduce you to Michelle McDonald of the Scrap Shop. Michelle, I'm so glad to have you here.
Well, thank you.
You're another one of those premier Nashville bloggers. You get online, and this was something that you actually posted online.
Yes, you can find this project actually on my blog in its entirety.
That's fantastic, but you're going to show us. But before we get into that, now I understand, how did you get started? We'll put this here.
Okay.
How did you get started in the blog? Now I understand that you gave up a job in science.
I worked at Vanderbilt for 9 years in the Biological Sciences Division, and was already doing the blog while I worked there, which made it really difficult to do two things at once because the blog can take up a lot of time. But I gave up my job so that I could take my kids to school and spend more time with them. But it also opened up so that I had more time to do the blogging. And the blogging is just so flexible. I mean, I make my own hours and I make up my own projects. So it's been really great.
And it's sort of a place too, when you make something great, you get to catalog it. You
yes,
get to put
I do.
On the blog.
Yes.
So many people are coming to your blog specifically for these type of craft projects, and you're going to show us today. This is the marquee. Now we've got a couple of marquees here. I think that's so fun. You see those out, but you've created a marquee on a pillow.
Yes, I have. Marquees are just so popular right now. They're everywhere. You can find them at the craft stores now too. They have where you can make your own letter marquees, but I thought doing one on a pillow would be just a fun accent for home decor.
And we can actually turn this on and off.
Yep,
but we're going to actually show exactly how to make it. So will you show us what do we need to gather? And can all of these be purchased through the craft department? Now, since you're such a scientist, we're not going to have to like go
there's no science involved.
Okay. All right, show us what we're doing.
So most of these supplies actually came from Old Time Pottery, and anything else you can find at your local craft store.
Okay.
So Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, wherever. So you need to start with the pillow.
Okay.
Just find a pillow that matches your home decor.
And this is just, we're going to turn it on the back, so just a plain pillow.
Just a blank slate. And you will need some LED lights that are battery operated.
Okay, so let's show that. Just so you know, it's a LED light. If you can see that, you can see that right there. And that way you can turn it on and off. Now that actually has a wire in it. We're going to show you what you did with that wire.
Right.
Okay. Now,
and these
They're a certain length. It's kind of a short LED light, but you can find longer ones on Amazon or anywhere else to whatever to suit your needs for whatever you need.
Even if you're not like electrically inclined, you're not going to shock yourself.
Be fine.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
You're going to be fine. You also need some tube mesh ribbon. So it's just hollow. It's just hollow ribbon. And it comes in a variety of colors, so you can get whatever color you want.
I can remember using this at Christmas, too.
Yeah,
because
it's
kind
great
of
for holiday
slinky.
projects.
Yeah, it's kind of slinky there. Okay.
And you are going to need some adhesive. I recommend the E6000.
E6000.
Because this, once you glue it on, it's not going anywhere. You could rest your head on there, and this is not budging.
Oh, yeah, you could light up your hair.
This is strong stuff. It's great.
Okay.
A little bit of glitter glue, and that's going to go just on your battery pack just to help blend in a little bit better so you don't notice it.
All right.
And a little bit of washi tape.
Now, now, why do you call this washi tape?
So washi tape is paper tape.
Oh, okay.
It's a great way to line up and create a straight line, like when you're writing, and you like a straight line for when you're writing.
Okay.
And the washi tape is just really lightweight tape, so it's not going to pull at the fibers when you take it back off.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah. Well, let's start out. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start with the tape.
Right, we'll start with the tape. Just take a length of tape.
Just so you can
and
get
however you want your letters to go. I want it at an angle. You would just want to set up your washi tape. Just like that. Just easy.
Because and it doesn't matter what color it is, because
no,
that's
it doesn't matter.
Peeled right
you're going to take it right back off. It's just to get your straight line.
All right.
So what you're going to do is your lights are on a wire, which makes it great for writing out your letters.
Okay.
So you're just going to thread them through some of your ribbon.
Okay, so you've taken the...
I've gone ahead and done that. It's already in there.
It's already inside.
And let's see if I can...
Yeah, if you turn it on.
Yeah,
so now
it's already in there.
We're lit up.
Yeah,
like
so we're good to go.
How fun is that? Okay.
So we're going to add a little bit of the epoxy down to the base.
Okay.
To glue this on, just so that it stays put.
Okay.
Okay, and then we will glue the other end just to glue it closed so that you don't get any frayed ends later on.
I see. Okay, so you'll glue both ends of that.
Glue both ends on. Okay, and then what you're going to do is just whatever you want to spell, you want to practice. Don't glue anything down until you practice spelling what you want to do, because you want to make sure that you have enough length so that all your letters are the same size. You know, you don't want to get to the end and you have to have a giant E for the love or anything like that.
And you certainly don't want to misspell.
Oh, you don't want to misspell anything. Yeah, that would be really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so really you just practice. So you can
just practice.
You can loop and you kind of practice. Can you sort of pin this, or would that be a bad idea?
No, you could definitely
pin it. You can't get
electrocuted
though.
Oh no, you can't.
Okay.
Then the wire is so thin you'd go right through it. So you'd go right next to it. So you can definitely get some pins and pin your letters in place.
Okay.
And then go back and a little bit at a time, just start gluing it down.
Okay, so once you get your desired letters or design,
you could do a shape.
Whatever
you could do whatever you want. Yeah.
Why do you need the glitter? What do you use that for?
The glitter was just to help this blend in a little bit more.
Oh,
so because you're going to have to glue your battery pack on.
The battery pack is right there, so you want to be able to. Let's show that on the after, just so that people can see how you actually apply that right on the top. And I like that it just covers it up. You just don't
it just helps it blend in a little bit better.
Now this you actually twist on and off, right? So that you can get
So it's just a little twist on and a little twist off, and it's super simple.
And then I noticed you put 3 little hearts.
I used the glitter glue for that and just added 3 little hearts.
Now, is that sort of your signature there?
No, that was just me trying to do more. I like to over-embellish sometimes.
Well, and you have so many great ideas. And we should say, too, now, are you demonstrating at an artisan affair?
I am. I'll be up on stage with the other 2 bloggers.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Do you know the times or anything yet?
I think it's at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
I think it's 1 o'clock.
So they can come and see. What are you doing, by the way?
I may be doing marquees.
Oh, you may be doing marquees.
I may be, yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. But they can also go to your blog, and we've been putting that on your website and everything here. We've been giving you your information to get more craft ideas.
Yes.
How often do you post?
I usually have a brand new craft project posted at least once a week, sometimes twice.
Oh, my goodness.
So, and I try to make all my projects something that I put the full tutorial out there, because whatever I make, I want them to be able to make it too. So if I can make it, you can make it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you've done a fantastic job on the marquee.
Well, thank you.
I like, too, that you can put your name on this. I could see
you could do
a
monogram would be fun. Yeah, anything.
For wedding gifts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is the time of year when you've got all the graduation and you've got, people are going to be going to college and then you've got the wedding. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it'd be fun and it's a really unique gift.
Well, Michelle, single L Michelle.
Yes.
We talked about this because I knew it double L Michelle and you're a single L Michelle. I love that. Well, thank you for sharing this with us.
Well,
we look forward to seeing you this coming weekend at an artisan affair as well. Well, coming up with a name like Flamingo Toes and 500,000 people that are following her, well, you're just going to have to stay tuned to meet her, my next guest, right after the break.
If you want to shed the fat and sculpt your core to get those sexy toned abs of your dreams, then stop doing sit-ups. Say woo! And start dancing with Hip Hop Abs, the fun new ab sculpting system from Insanity creator Sean T.
I don't want you to ever get down on the floor to do crunches again. I'm going to break it down so you burn the fat and sculpt those abs fast.
Just do Sean's easy-to-follow moves to work your upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, and obliques, all while you're dancing.
I went from a size 18 to a size 2. I have abs now. I've got a six-pack.
And now the complete $80 Hip Hop Abs system is 75% off. That's right, Hip Hop Abs is only $19.95. We'll even upgrade you to express shipping free. Get the complete Hip Hop Abs system for only $19.95.
Call 1-800-339-1045 or order online at gethiphopabs.com. That's 1-800-339-1045. Call now.
When there are storms in the area, there can be a big difference between what's happening when we go on the air first at 4 a.m.
Rain, a major issue.
Then by the time we get to the 6 a.m. hour.
That much rain in a short amount of time.
Sometimes with weather, it can be just a matter of a few minutes that can mean a big difference in what's happening in their neighborhood.
So here's the breakdown of it.
Part of my mission is to make sure that our viewers have the very latest information that they need when they walk out the door.
Here is where we connect.
An update to some breaking news.
Here
cars
and here.
Underwater.
The breaking news that matters to you can come from anywhere,
Sky 5 HD.
at any time.
You see the fire crews arriving on the
See it
There's the explosion.
as it happens.
That's why they were backing the
News Channel 5, streaming live. Stay connected to your news and information leader. Live streaming is sponsored by Ford Lincoln of Franklin and Ford of Murfreesboro. You expect to know right now.
We have breaking news coming in.
And even though the world buzzes with breaking news, it's still important you trust where breaking news is coming from. Take News Channel 5 with you wherever you go to be the first with the stories that matter to you. Something is always happening. Know now. Know for sure. Trust the experience of a leader. Your news and information leader. News Channel 5.
Sometimes the worst storms try to hide. They line up in the radar sweep, kind of like someone hiding behind a tree. That's why we don't rely on just one radar. We use 5 live radars, 5 times more data to see every storm from every angle. And that's the safest you can be in a storm, no matter how you look at it. Safety to the power of 5.
Welcome back to Lifestyle. My next guest has been featured in numerous magazines. She's a big-time blogger, and her project was actually featured on Live with Kelly and Michael. But she's here today on Lifestyle with Denise Simons. I am so excited to introduce, well, I have to say the word first, Flamingo Toes.
Yes.
Now, that, I cannot even imagine. Beverly McCullough, how did you come up with Flamingo Toes?
When I was coming up with a blog name, I wanted something that would be generic. I didn't want to be limited to sewing or jewelry making or anything. And I wanted something quirky and fun and that would be easy for people to remember. It just kind of happened. I used to collect flamingos as a kid and just kind of came out that way. So, and it's funny, I get people that send me images of little flamingos and said, hey, I thought of you, which was, you know, I would never have even thought of. But
now, have you ever done a project with flamingos?
I did an April Fool's joke. I did a mounted flamingo head, like, the mounted artwork kind of thing. So it was an April Fool's joke, but that's all.
That is so fun. Well, did you ever imagine when you first started blogging that this would become like a full-time job for you?
No. I just started to kind of keep track of what I'd been making and, you know, have a place to put things, and I had no idea. It kind of exploded.
And you are going to be a part of an artisan affair this weekend as well. Do you know when you're taking the stage?
I don't.
Okay, well, they can go on the artisan affair. We're going to give all that information at the end as well today. But before we get going, because not only are you featured in numerous magazines, you are now going to be featured. Your own book is coming up. Yes. Tell me how people can pre-order the book and what it's all about.
It's available for pre-order on Amazon, so if you just type in 30-minute jewelry and then my name, Beverly McCullough, it's available. It's coming out October 1st. So it's all finished now. They're just printing. So
that is
excited to see it.
Exciting. Now, are you wearing? Is any of the jewelry?
Yes, actually, all my jewelry is mine.
All of your jewelry, and we were talking about your shoes too. We can't get. I don't know if you're seeing those shoes. Too cute. Well, we're making a palm monogram wreath. I found this on your blog, and I thought it was so cute. First, I want you to see it on a door. I just think, how adorable is this to come home? It's so welcoming. You can put your monogram, your letter on here. I love that we're doing all these things with letters. But you say that this is really easy to do. Now, there is one thing that you showed me that threw me off, and I'm going to tell them what it is here in just a minute. These pom-poms, you would think, okay, you just buy these little pom-poms. Oh, no, not Beverly. She's going to make them. Okay, so tell me what you need to get started for this project.
So you need a basic frame. It's just an 11 by 14 frame, and this was just a $5 frame I bought at Walmart. But you can use a vintage frame or anything from the thrift store. It just is really cheap, and you're going to cover it up, so it doesn't matter what color it is or what it looks like. Then you're going to need a monogram letter, and these are available at any craft store. Just a simple little monogram, and then you need some fabrics to wrap your things in.
It's just made out of cardboard.
Yeah, it's just like a little paper mache. And then you'll need yarn, and you need some hot glue to glue it all together. So it doesn't need a whole lot.
Now, I noticed that this is kind of soft, cottony, so because would that make it fray a little bit better when you tear it?
Yes, and if you tear your fabrics, it's really easy way to get nice even strips. If you just rip it, your strips will be guaranteed straight because it tears along the grain line. So you get this fun fray and you get really straight strips. So you'll just tear your fabric into strips before you get started, and you can use those strips for the frame and for the monogram.
Okay, so you're covering first the frame.
Yes, and that was just an easy, I hardly even glued it at all. I just kind of wrapped it all and just covered it entirely with just one of the prints.
Okay, so you wrapped the entire frame, and then you started and you literally took this and wrapped.
Yeah.
Now, is that tricky at all?
It depends on your letter. It's not as bad if it's a simple letter like an O, because you can just get busy with it.
So you hope that you have a simple letter in your name, or just choose your last name or a friend's name.
Right. For the M, I covered the end pieces first with little strips, and then anything else that was kind of funky shaped like the bottom of the M, and then I wrapped the more simple parts with big strips. So covered the ends up first, and then I could cover up the little pieces. And if you don't want the back to show, you can put a piece of felt there so that it doesn't, so you can't see your kind of loose edges.
Oh, okay.
But it just hangs on your door, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so now we have our monogram ready, we have our frame ready. What's next?
Now we're going to make our pom-poms, and you can buy those in the store. Those are really easy to purchase. But
I couldn't believe it. So tell us, how do you do that?
This is my favorite little pom-pom maker. There's all kinds of different ones out there.
Toward the camera here and let everybody see.
It's very easy.
This is a pom-pom. I thought maybe it was something you put in your hair. I just didn't know. So you take this and you would wrap it
around the two sticks. For many times. If for a smaller pom-pom like these, I wrapped it 50 times. For a bigger pom-pom, you're going to want to wrap more, or else you'll have a really thin, sort of sad-looking pom-pom.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to make big ones, all you have to do is just move the stick and adjust it. So that would make a bigger pom-pom.
That's your pom-pom stick.
Right,
okay,
right.
Fantastic.
So you just wrap the yarn around, tie a string around it, and then pull it off, and then just trim it into the circle shape.
Okay, so now we have our pom-poms.
So these you can either glue on, or I tend to be kind of a fickle crafter, so I like to change things up all the time.
Okay.
So I tend to pin mine on. So all you have to do to get them on your monogram is just stick just a ballpoint pin through.
Oh, so that way you're not hot gluing it, because once you hot glue this, now I'm sure that you've done this too. I use the one that's the really hot one.
Yes.
So like your fingernails actually stick to it and things like that.
Right.
But this way you can reposition it if you,
you
don't
can,
like
if
what
you
it
don't
looks
like it, or if you want to just show the monogram, or if you want to take your pom-poms off and put them on something else.
Okay, and
you
then
can do
you
that.
would end up with this.
Yes.
With this M right here. So that is completely finished.
Yes. And then all you need to do is take another strip of fabric, glue it to the back of your monogram, and then glue your bow to the top of the frame to hold the monogram in the middle.
Okay. So here's the monogram here, and you would put it here and glue it to the back of the frame, because this part is actually going to sit lay against your door.
Right.
So that would... How adorable is that? And what's fun is you could do this in different colors for all the seasons.
Sure, yeah, it would be very easy to change it for Christmas or Halloween one.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. Well, we know that we can find out more on your blog. They can join the other 500,000 people on there. I mean, you really are a popular blogger. And not only that, but we can see you and meet you. Actually, I'm going to be there at the Artisan Affair coming up this weekend.
On Saturday.
On Saturday, because you're going to be there as well, doing some demonstrations. Do you know what all you're going to do?
I'm going to talk about ways you can kind of repurpose vintage fabrics. I have some projects to show, and then talk about a little bit of jewelry making with vintage items too.
Absolutely, and they can pre-buy that book as well. Well, coming up, we'll be handing out the party favors and making our toast right after the break.
This is a Storm 5 HD weather update. Sign up for Weather Call at newschannel5.com.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Howes from the Storm 5 HD Weather Center. You're looking at radar now, showing the showers and thunderstorms out there on this Monday night. And a look at temperatures across the southeastern U.S. And here are the current conditions now in Nashville. A forecast for tonight, thunderstorms. A few could be severe this evening. Rain diminishing later tonight, a low of 65 degrees. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and 88, 90 on Wednesday. Then we'll start with a 20% chance of showers and storms again on Thursday and Friday, with rain chances higher for the weekend. 30% chance of showers and storms Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, with daily highs around 90 degrees, nighttime lows in the upper 60s and low 70s. This has been a weather update from the Storm 5 HD Weather Center.
Don't let foundation failure destroy your home. PowerLift's patented steel pier systems provide the most advanced foundation repair in the industry. Clean, fast, and efficient service with no heavy equipment to tear up your yard, and the average job takes only 2 days. With over 35 years of quality structural repair experience, PowerLift leads the industry in residential and commercial repair. And PowerLift services are insured and guaranteed for your protection. PowerLift, putting your home back on a firm foundation.
Let Carpet Den Interiors and Kerosene Carpets pet-proof your floors during our sales extravaganza, June 11th through the 13th. Kerosene's top Stainmaster Smart Strand Forever Clean pet-proof products will be up to 40% off and free 6-pound pad with every purchase. Also, join us in Williamson County Animal Shelter on Saturday, June 13th for a special dog adoption event. Pet-proof carpet, free 6-pound pad, and a furry family member. And you can get them all at Carpet Den Interiors.
Welcome to the Cheers Corner. This is the portion of the show where we hand out the party favors and we make our toast. And who better to sponsor us than Amber Falls Winery? You can go to their website, amberfallswinery.com. Also visit them in Hampshire, Tennessee. It's so beautiful. It's so picturesque. They have live events every weekend during the summer, the fall, the spring, and even in the winter they have a tasting room. So be sure that you go out and see them. And listen, I always like hearing from you. I love getting your emails about the projects we show on the show, you can get in touch with me by going to Denise at lifestylewithDeniseSimons.com. Also on my Facebook, if you like me, I'll love you back. We always do some throwback videos on there too. And set your DVRs for our News Channel 5 show every Sunday morning at 3:30 a.m. Well, coming up this weekend, and my website, you can find everybody that you see on the show at lifestylewithDeniseSimons.com. We always like to hear from you. And meet me at an artisan affair coming up this weekend, because that's where everything's going to be happening. The food, the fun, entertainment, the best vintage finds, and also, of course, all of our bloggers will be there. And let's talk about that one more time. Tell us, first of all, we always give out party tips at the end. So what would be your first tip,
I
Selena?
would say, remember that you can get the tickets online beforehand, so you don't have to wait in any lines. That would be a good one at anartisanaffair.org. artisanaffair.org, and we can find out all the information about who's going to be there, what times, and all of the details. But be sure that you meet us there. Okay, so Deneen, what would be your tip that you would like to share with us today?
I guess my tip would be that anything that you want to put into your house to add character, use vintage or painted furniture. It's great to have at least one piece to add character to your space, and you can find that in Dreaming in Color.
Fantastic, and they can actually come by your shop. You're going to be there, right there in Murfreesboro, and they can also go to your website. And your blogs are also on your websites,
Yes.
right? Like
Yes.
there's a little link.
You'll see everything, anything that you want to know about different recipes and different craft ideas and painting furniture. Everything's on the blog.
Fantastic, and they can find out how they can sign up for all of your classes as well. Well, fantastic. Michelle, with the Scrap Shop, tell us what's your tip first?
My tip is practice makes perfect. Don't glue anything down until you're sure you're set and you're ready to go.
That's fantastic. That's a really good idea, because you can't. It's hard to pick it back off, right?
Yes, it is. Sometimes that glue will not let go.
And this is actually your blog. They can get on your blog right here, sign up. Do you actually send something out?
I have a weekly newsletter that goes out every Monday, so if they sign up, they can get a week's worth of information from me.
Okay, fantastic. And Beverly, with Flamingo Toes, what is your tip for us today before we go away?
Mine is to think through the steps of your project before you get started. Sometimes you can catch mistakes early if you think about what you're going to make as you go. So think about how you're going to put everything together first.
And make those pom-poms like while you're watching a movie.
Yes, for sure.
You got to wrap. Now here's your information, the FlamingoToes.com. Can they get on there to find out about your book as well?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
There'll be a link on the sidebar. Pre-order from Amazon.
From Amazon. That's fantastic. Well, all of you have been just wonderful. You've given us so much information. Can't wait to see you this coming weekend at an artisan affair. And also, don't forget, next week, USS is going to be here. They are helping us maintain our home to keep our home healthy. We'll be talking to them. Also, Justin Higginbotham will be here from Designer Floors. He's going to show us his latest tile installation. You know, he's kind of our home on homes guy. That's all coming up next week. And for us, I will be at the Artisan Affair, so make sure that you come. I'd love to see all of you. Well, ladies, we always like to make a toast. If you all will grab your drinks. You know, we think life should be celebrated, and obviously you do too. We think that, you know, we're decorating our homes, we're having a good time, life should be celebrated. So I'd like to say to all of you, thank you. Cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us, giving us great ideas, and if you will tell everybody out there, thanks for joining us, and we hope every week you'll be right here. Don't forget to watch us on Channel 5 as well. And to all of you, we hope that we've divided your sorrows and multiplied your joys. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Fantastic. And we got our little...